Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sanket and in today's video we are going to learn about Git version control. So far we have covered networking and operating system in the complete DevOps roadmap, and today we are going to start up with Git version control. If you haven't watched networking and Linux operating system playlist, then you can watch it on our YouTube channel. You can find the playlist in our YouTube channel and you can go through all the content that have been posted in this playlist in order to learn networking and complete Linux for DevOps. If you have any questions related to networking and Linux, then you can post it in the comment section and I'll be happy to assist you with your queries. So let's get started with our today's session, that is complete tutorial on Git version control system. And to start off with, first we need to understand what is version control system. So in order to store files, folders, directories, configurations, and a lot of things related to your software application, version control system is being used. So version control system helps development teams to collaborate on various things. So that is the reason version control systems are being used. So there are majorly three types of version control system. First one is local version control system, second one is centralized version control system, and third one is distributed version control system. So in local version control system, it is being used at a local device or a local VM or a local server. And revision control system was the one which was local version control system. It is used in 90s. It was developed by Unix. Second one is centralized VCS, centralized version control system, and subversion is one of the popular tool used in 90s or late 20s. In centralized version control system, as you can see it here, there is a centralized server where your main repository is being kept. So your repository is nothing but a project which you create in order to store your application files, configurations, and folders. So in centralized version control system, your repository is being kept on single server, and if that single server goes down, all your development work will get stopped at that particular time. So in order to avoid the single point of failure, distributed version control systems are being introduced, and Git is one of the popular distributed version control system that is being used widely in the software industry. So distributed version control system, as you can see it here, there is a central server. So each each developer will have their changes developed at their local repository, and they will push those changes back to the remote server, and at remote server all those changes will get reviewed, and after getting those changes reviewed, it will get merged in the remote repository. So in distributed version control system, each contributor has a full copy of this repository. So in distributed version control system, Git is one of the popular tool, and Git provides features like version tracking. So different releases will have their dedicated version, and each version will get tracked dedicatedly. Then collaboration. So multiple collaborators, multiple developers, multiple team members can collaborate on this Git repository. Third one is branching and merging. So each team can have their dedicated branches, and development of that particular team will go inside those dedicated branches. Next one is merging. So merging, once the changes are being developed in the dedicated branches, it has to get merged with master branch. So the process of getting those changes merged with master branch is called as merging. And Git provides various branching strategies, like Git flow is there. So in branching strategies, Git provides three different branching strategies: trunk based branching strategy, second one feature based branching strategies, and third one is Git flow based branching strategy. So in trunk based branching strategy, development will happen within a single branch. So all the development related things will happen in the main branch itself, and this is used for testing purpose. Like if you are developing on some test applications, or if you are working on any test if you are working on any test applications, in that case you can work on only single branch. This is not ideal for large enterprise level projects. Second one is feature branching strategies. So all development will go inside feature branches, and each branch will get merged later on with master branch. So different branches will get created based on requirement. So this is about like uh, feature branching strategy. And third one is git flow branching strategy. So git flow branching strategy is being used in the industry, and this follows a dedicated workflow. So in git flow branching strategy, we have main branch and we have develop branch. So all the development will go inside develop branch, and all the changes that are being developed in the develop branch will get later on merged with main branch. So in git flow branching strategy, we have mainly two branches. First one is main branch, second one is develop branch. So in develop branch we can have multiple feature branches, and each development team can create their different feature branches out of this develop branch, and all the development inside this develop branch will get merged later on with main branch. Out of this main branch there are two branches mainly gets created. First one is release branch. So in order to perform the release of your application, release branch is gets created. And next one is bug fix branch. So let's suppose if during the development itself, if there is any issue with your application in the production environment, in that case you need to provide the fix. And for that particular case, you can create a bug fix branch out of your main branch, and you can merge your changes directly with main branch. So these are the two exceptions where you don't need to rely on develop branch. Otherwise, for developing the different features, you need to rely on develop branch itself. So this is about git flow branching strategy, and we are going to use this different branching strategies. And the last feature of git is it is open source and free to use, and that is the main reason it is being widely used in the industry. And this is all about the basic introduction of git. Let's start with understanding what all basic components are there in the git. So in git you need to understand what is repository. So all the things are stored inside one folder, and that is represented by repository. And in order to store your files, you need to initialize this repository. You need to configure this repository, and in order to store your files or in order to add your files, you need to use different git commands. So that is how you can manage this particular git repository. In git repository, we need to understand these three concepts, that is working directory, staged, snapshot, and commit history. So when you initialize any git repository, that particular directory represents a working directory. So this is about like working directory. So when you add your files to your repository using git add command, those files will get added to a stage snapshot, that is staging area. And in order to understand all the git commands, you need to understand these three components. If you understand the working of these three components, then you can basically master the git. So first one is working directory, second one is stage snapshot, and third one is commit history. So when you save those changes using git commit command, the commit will get generated and it is being logged, and you can see those logs using git log command. And in order to save those changes, the command is git commit, and it will get stored in the commit history. So these are the three things: working directory, staged snapshot, and commit history, which are essential in order to work on git repositories. So without further delay, let's get started understanding what is working directory, staged snapshot, and commit history with practical approach. And we are also going to cover important git commands, and we are going to cover one real world examples using this important git commands. So let me quickly open Visual Studio Code. So we are in this particular directory, empty directory, and as you can see, no files are present right here. And the first thing that we are going to see is setting up a repository. So we are going to see the commands in order to setting up your initial repository. So here we have created a blank folder named as Complete Git Course. You can name anything as per your application name. So let's suppose if your application name is stock market analysis, so you can create a folder named stock market analysis, and within that folder you can initialize your repository. In order to set up a repository, the command is git init, and this will initialize a repository. So let me quickly run this command, and here you can see git is initialized. And in order to see what all files have been created by this git init command, so here you can see there is one hidden directory that is being created by this init command. So let's go through this directory and see what all things are present inside this .git directory. So first file is config. So config basically stores the configuration for your repository, and currently we are going with default configuration, and you can see what all configuration right here inside this config file. So these are the basic like configurations that are being initialized with git init command. The second one is description. So if you want to name your repository, then you can do that using description file. Third important file is head. So head is basically a pointer which points to a current commit inside your dedicated branch. So if I'm in master branch, it will point to latest commit of that particular branch. If I am in any feature branch, it will point to latest commit in that particular branch. So it is a pointer which points to a latest commit inside your current branch. Then there are hooks basically used to run scripts automatically. Info is basically exclude file for ignored patterns. Objects holds all the objects, and refs are the pointers to commit objects. So this is all about like this git configuration directory. So far we have covered git init command to initialize git repository. The next command that we are going to see is how we can add different files to this particular repository. So currently we don't have any files inside this particular directory. So let me quickly add one file, that is index.html, and I'll write welcome to Git. Let me quickly save this file. And so currently you can see there is one file index.html with content welcome to Git. So now in order to check the current status of your Git repository, the command is git status. So in order to check the current status of your local repository, the command is git status. So you can see index file is present in untracked files, and in order to add this file into a staging area, so this particular directory where I'm in is the working directory. So this current directory where the actual development is going on is working directory. The staged snapshot will get created when I add this file to the staging area, and this file is now being added to staging area. That is, a staged snapshot is being created, and you can check the status right here in git status command. So the file is being added to staging area. If you want to unstage, if you want to remove this file from staging area, the command is given right here, that is git rm command. Okay, so far we have initialized a directory, we have checked the status of directory, we have checked the status of repository, we have created one file, and we have added that file to a staging area. The next command is to save these changes to the repository. The command is git commit command, and with git commit command you need to provide a message. So in order to provide the message, you need to use -m flag followed by the message. So I'll say this is the initial commit for this particular repository. Let's hit enter, and here you can see the commit is being added. Now if you check the status inside git status command, here you can see there is nothing to commit. Working tree is clean. So in order to maintain this commit history, so third component is commit history. So git init is the command to initialize the git repository. So next thing is you need to configure your repository, and the command is git config, and you can check what all flags are available for this git config command. So you can see various different flags are available for git config command. So if you want to use global config file, the flag is global. If you want to use system config file, the flag is system. If you want to use repository config file, the flag is local. So I want to configure this repository, but most of the cases you can go with this global option. So let me quickly configure this uh, repository. And so the command is git config local followed by user dot name, and you need to provide your name right here. I'll provide my name. Next option is you need to configure your email ID. So the command is git config hyphen hyphen local followed by user dot email, and you need to provide your email ID right here. Once done, hit enter and your changes will get saved. So in order to create branches, you need to use git checkout command followed by hyphen b option, and you need to provide the name of branch, feature branch that you need to use. So if we go with git flow branching strategy, we need to create a branch, one more branch, that is develop branch out of master branch, and out of this develop branch we need to create a feature branch. Let's suppose I want to create a feature for mutual funds, so I will create feature mutual funds, and within this branch I'll create all the application files configurations related to mutual funds. So let me quickly create a file named as mutual fund dot html, and let me write related to mutual fund. So welcome to mutual fund, welcome to mutual funds. That's it. And you can see the content right here in mutual funds. Now we are inside this mutual funds branch, and if you type, if you want to see what all branches are present inside this particular repo, then the command is git branch, and here you can see we have different branches. We are currently at this feature mutual funds branch, and we are pretty much done with all the development inside this mutual fund branch, and we want to release these changes to the product. So what you can do is you need to merge these changes with the main branch in order to release these changes in the product. Now so far we have added the file named as mutual fund, that which is present inside mutual funds. So you can check the status inside this particular feature branch, and here you can see the file is currently in untracked file. I will create one more file that is for zip. So welcome to zip feature in mutual funds. Here you can see we have added two files inside this feature mutual funds. So let's check the status now, and here you can see two files are in untracked files. In order to add all the files inside untracked files, the command is git add, and you need to provide a dot which will add all untracked files inside this particular branch, and all the files have been added now. If you check the status, so the files are present currently in staging area. So in order to save these files, we need to use git commit command, and git commit will store these changes permanently. Releasing mutual funds feature in master. Currently we only have one file, but if you see in the feature branch, you will see three different files are present. So these are only limited to this feature branch, and in order to merge this feature with master branch, first we need to merge this branch with develop branch. So in order to merge changes in order to merge changes in order to merge changes from your feature branch to develop branch, you need to first go to that branch. So I'll go to develop branch, and the command is git merge, and you need to provide which branch you need to merge. So currently we are inside develop branch and we want to merge feature branch, that is feature mutual funds. And if you currently see right here, we don't have any files related to mutual funds. So let me quickly merge the changes related to mutual funds, and here you can see mutual funds changes have been merged with develop branch. You can check the status right here. Now if you want to merge these changes further with main branch or master branch, you need to check out to master branch, and you need to check the status right here. And once done, you need to merge this develop branch with master branch. So this is failing with refusing to merge unrelated histories. So let's check the history right here. Git log one line will show you the logs in one liner, and git log will give you detailed output. So if you want to see what all the changes that have been done on this repository, this one liner approach would be better. And while merging the things, it is failing because it is refusing to merge unrelated histories. So you can use black allow unrelated histories, and this will merge the changes with master branch. So this way we have merged changes inside mutual fund feature to the develop branch followed by master branch. With this, we have followed git flow branching strategy where changes are first committed inside your feature branch, then those changes will get merged with develop branch, and once all the changes are merged with develop branch, those changes will further get merged with main branch, and from main branch the release branch will get created and it will release the first version of this particular product. So out of this master we can create one more branch, that is release branch, which will take care of releasing our product. So you can create the branch using checkout -b command. This is all about managing all basic file level operations. Now if you want to perform undo and redo operation, we have different commands that are present in Git. So currently we have 4 branches in this particular repository. Let's switch to master branch. Okay, now we have added the feature mutual fund. Now we have added now we have merged changes from mutual fund feature. So this is the first release. Let's consider this is the first release of your application, and in order to tag the changes so in order to tag changes related to your application, you can use git tag command. So git tag command can be used to release your particular application, and you need to just provide the tag name. So let's suppose I want to release this particular stock market analysis product with release 1. So the command would be git tag followed by version 1.0. This will get tagged with version 1.0, and this release can be used by DevOps engineers to deploy this particular application to the production environment. In order to see what all tags have been created for this particular repo, you can see using git tag command. And this is all about like tagging the component. You can use various flags which are available inside git tag command, and you can explore all the flags for git tag command using -h command. So help section will show you what all flags you can use to create the different tag for your project. Next thing is to perform the cleanup of your repository. What all commands are there? So there are different commands like git clean, git revert, git reset, git rm. These are the different commands that can be used to perform the cleanup of our repository. So let's go with git clean command and see what is the purpose of git clean command. So uh, let's check the git status. Now let me switch to let's create one more feature. So git checkout. So far we have created only one feature, that is mutual fund. Let's create a feature for stock portfolio. So let's create a feature named stock portfolio. Okay, so we are in stock portfolio branch now. So far we have only added mutual fund. Now let's add some files for stock portfolio. So this is model portfolio .html. This is model portfolio where multi multi-bagger portfolio. So this is multi-bagger portfolio page. So these are the two pages that are created inside this particular stock portfolio feature, and we want to release this feature stock portfolio to our production environment. We have just created a files named as model portfolio and multi-bagger portfolio. Now let's check the status. So these are untracked files. So let me add these files quickly and let me save these changes with releasing portfolio stock releasing stock portfolio feature. You can check the status. Okay, git log one line. You can check the status using git log one line, and here you can see we have different things. We can see different things are being logged here, and first we have released our product one. We have released our product. So in the initial release of this product, stock market analysis so in the initial release of the stock market analysis product, we have released only features related to mutual funds. In the second release, we are in the second release of this particular product, and for this particular release we have introduced stock portfolio feature. We have completed the development for this feature. We have added two uh, files, that is model portfolio and multi-bagger portfolio, and we have saved those changes using git commit command. And here you can see those changes are saved with this commit id, that is f4b f918. And here you can see we are in the stock portfolio branch right now. So in order to release these changes, we need to merge these changes with develop branch followed by master branch. So let's quickly do that. So let's check out to develop branch and merge changes related to stock portfolio. And here you can see git status ls-l and this stock portfolio changes have been added to develop branch. You can check the log. In the logs you can see changes related to stock portfolio feature have been added to this particular branch. Now let's check out to master branch and let's merge develop branch. Before merging the develop branch, let's see what all files are there inside master branch. And here you can see there are no files related to stock portfolio feature. So let's quickly add those files in the master branch as well. And now you can see the files have been added to master branch. So uh, this is all about like merging the changes with the master branch and releasing your application to deploy it in the production environment. One thing you need to note down here is when you are working with git flow branching strategy, you will create n number of feature branches. So you need to make sure your branch gets deleted once you merge it with the master branch. So here we will delete the feature branches that are created for feature funds and stock portfolio. So let's quickly delete the branch using -d flag on git branch command. We have deleted the mutual funds feature branch. Let me quickly delete stock portfolio feature branch as well. And now you can see we only have three branches right here: master, develop, and release. And in git tag you can see only version 1 is released so far. And git log one line will show what is the current status of our project. So the stock portfolio feature is ready to get released. So let's release the changes related to stock portfolio with release version 1.1. And here you can see the 1.1 release is done, and you can check the same inside git log as well. So here you can see we have released stock portfolio feature in the 1.1 release of the stock market analysis project. So this way you can develop on any application, any project. And yeah, this is the basic commands that are required to handle any build and release activities, or in order to handle a basic software development lifecycle. So let's suppose you have started working on a new feature, that is test feature. So git branch will show you all the branches, and here we have different branches. Now there is a requirement to create new feature, and we have, for that purpose, we have created a test branch, test named test feature. And in the test feature we have like created different files. So let me start with test.html. This is test feature development. Let me save this file. So during the development of test feature, your application which was hosted in the production environment have observed some issues, and we have been asked to fix those issues on a priority basis. In that case, you need to store all these changes somewhere. So to do that, there's a feature in git, that is stash. So in git we have git stash command, which can be used to store your changes inside a stash, inside a memory, where it will be kept. So your changes will be stored inside stash, and once you are done with your other work, you can start resuming your development on this particular feature branch. So in order to store your development changes inside this branch, the git stash command can be used. So the command is git stash, and this will store all the changes inside this particular branch inside the stash. And we need to provide include untracked files as well in order to add untracked files into the stash. So here you can see the file inside this working directory, have been added to stash. So if you check the status, nothing is there. Now we can go back to master branch using git checkout master. Sorry, git checkout main branch. We can go back to the main branch. For in order to fix the bug, we will create new branch out of main branch named bug fix, and inside this branch we'll fix the issue that was observed in the production environment. So let's suppose if there's any issue with index file, so this is the code added to fix the issue in the production. So let's suppose you have added some code in order to fix the issue in the production. Now your responsibility is to release this change to the production. So we have made changes to index.html. The next thing is to add these changes and commit these changes. So git add followed by git commit and bug fix for production issue. Okay, and let's check the status now. So yeah, our working tree is clean. Let's release this change with tag 1.1. Let's see what all tags are there. So we have two tags 1.0 and 1.1. Let's release this bug fix with the tag 1 git tag 1.1 bug fix. So this tag or this release will be used now to fix the issue in the production. Once we are pretty much done fixing the issue in the production, our next responsibility is to resume the operation on which we were working on, that is the development of features in the test feature branch. So let's go back to that branch to resume our development work. So git checkout test feature, and here you can check the status of your repository. So here you can see nothing is present and your files are not present right here. So test development is currently being saved inside stash, and in order to bring back those files in the working directory, there are two commands. So git stash pop command is there and apply command is there. So the major difference in pop and apply command is git stash pop will bring files into working directory and remove those files from stash, and git stash apply will bring back those files into working directory and it will keep those files into the stash, so it won't remove files from the stash. So based on your requirement you can use one of these command. I want to use git stash pop because I don't want to keep anything inside stash once the files are there in my current repository. And here you can see the test file is added back to our working directory, and here you can see the file is present. This way you can efficiently make use of git stash to partially stop your development and resume your development once you are done with your major activities. The next thing that we are going to learn is how to resolve merge conflicts. So merge conflict basically occurs when there's discrepancies in the code in your main branch and development branches or your feature branches. So in order to resolve these merge conflicts, there are different tools that are available, but merge conflicts are basically handled manually only. So let me create one merge conflict. So we have test.html code added in main branch. So let me add So I have added one line, that is code added in main branch, and let me add these changes to let me add and save these changes. Commit. Okay, so we have added code inside this test.html. Now let's make changes. Now let's switch to test. Okay, let me create one more branch, -b test checkout. Okay, let me make changes inside this code added in test checkout branch. So we are currently in test checkout branch. Let me add and save these changes. Test checkout. Okay, so the test.html looks like this. In test checkout branch we have 3 lines. Let me switch back to main branch, and the test.html looks like this. At the same time, testing team have created one more branch. So git checkout test team -b git checkout -b test team, and they have made changes to this test.html as well, and they have added code added by test team. So they have also made changes to this test.html code added in by test team. Okay, now let's switch to main branch, and here you can see the test.html looks like this. Initially it has one line. We have added second line in main branch, and different branches have different versions with different things present inside this file. In order to merge all these changes, you need to use merge command, git merge command. So let's me first merge the checkout branch, and checkout has been successfully merged, and you can see third line being added. Now let me merge the branch by test team, and now here you can see the merge completes have been observed. So in order to fix this issue, here you can see main merging, and you can see the same status inside git status as well. So here you can see merge completes have been occurred, and this is the message that you will see whenever there is a merge conflict, and automatic merge has been failed. We need to fix the conflicts and then commit the result. There are different tools that can be used to fix this issue, but for now we'll go with this thing, manual approach. So let me quickly open the file which is in question, which is having the conflicts. So test.html is the file which is having conflicts right here, and here you can see the head is pointing to this thing. This is the code added by test team, and this is present in test team branch. So if you want all these changes inside the main file, you can add. So I want to keep all the changes by different teams, by different branches. I will remove what is not required, and I'll keep the code which is required by different teams, and this particular merge conflicts has to be resolved in the collaboration, in the collaborative way. So merge conflicts are managed and resolved in the collaborative way, because changes are done by different teams: dev, test, ops, devops teams. So by taking the confirmation from different teams, as a DevOps engineer, you need to resolve all these merge conflicts. And once you are done with resolving all the merge conflicts, you need to save this file, and you can add this file back to your staging area, and you can commit the changes by saying merge conflict resolved. Okay, so here you can see git log one line, and here you can see your merge conflict is resolved now. And if you check the git status here, okay, git status, so working tree is clean. So yeah, your merge conflict is basically resolved now. So this is all about like merge conflict. The next thing is to perform the cleanup and undo operations. So let's suppose if you want to revert your changes, or if you want to revert your commits, then what all commands are there in the git? So there are two commands that are mostly used in git. One is git revert. So in git revert, your commit will get reverted back to previous commit, and it will keep the commit history as is, and it will create a new commit. So let me add two files, test1 and test2. Git add test1 ampersand git commit. Let me quickly create two commits. Added test1, test2, added test2. If you see the git log output now, here you can see we have added two commits, test1 and test2, and we have, okay, now let me add one more file, that is dummy, and let me create a dummy. Okay, let me create a dummy commit which we will revert using git revert command. So here you if you here you have found out that you have added some incorrect code and you want to revert those commits. In that case, what you can do, you can use git revert command. So git revert followed by head. So you can check git log first, and here you can see you have added the dummy commit and you want revert this commit. Then the command is git revert head. So git revert head will revert this dummy commit. It will create a new commit, and it will point back to this test2 commit, and this is asking the message that this dummy commit will get reverted. So let me save these changes, and if you see the git log now, here you can see a new commit is generated, and dummy file is being removed from this particular working directory. So this is the role of git revert command, and git revert command is more safe, and it provides a detailed log history, commit history, as compared to the next command that we are going to learn, that is git reset. So git reset is one more command that can be used to revert changes. It removes the commit history, for it removes the commit history and files from the working directory. So git reset comes with different options, and which are mixed, soft and hard. As name itself suggests, git reset hyphen hyphen hard will remove file from working directory, it will remove the commit history, and uh, it will remove the staging index as well. So the command in order to see the staging index is git ls files -s, and here you can see different staging index created for this particular files in the working directory. So this staging index is also gets removed for git reset hard. The next command is git reset soft -soft. So git reset soft will remove the commit history, but it will keep the files and staging index. So staging index and files will be kept. It just removes your commit history. And git reset mixed is the default mode, and it will remove the commit history and staging index, and it will go back to specified commit. So let's try running the git reset command. Before running git reset command, let's check the logs. So here we have created different things. We have added dummy file, we have reverted that dummy commit to back to test2, and I want to remove these top two commits from this particular repository. So the command is git revert -hard, and I want to remove first two commits. So the command is git revert followed by hard, and head -2 will remove the top two commits from the head of this particular from the head pointer of this particular repository. So head pointer is pointing to the current the latest commit, so it will remove the current commit as well as previous commit. So let's run this command, git revert -hard. Oh, okay, so the command is git reset, git log one line, and the command is git reset hard followed by, so this will remove first two commits from this particular commit history. And here you can see the head is now pointing to test2 commit, which was our requirement. Now if I want to go back, and you can check this staging index as well, so git ls files -s, and here you can see dummy file index has also been removed. So this is all about git reset and git revert command. These are the most important command that are being used, and git reset hard is very dangerous if you are working on any production environment, and if you run that command, the files will get deleted, files and commits will get deleted permanently. And there is one way through which you can recover those files, and the command is git reflog. And this git reflog command will show all the references to the operations that are being made in this particular repository. So using git reflog, you can get the commits back in this particular repository. So this is all about git reset and git revert command. Now you want to remove if you want to perform the cleanup on this particular directory with this untracked files, then the command is git clean command, and it will perform the cleanup on this particular directory. So you can use -f flag, and if there is any directory that you want to remove, the flags are D to remove the directories as well, and -f will forcefully remove the files and directories that are not required. So there is one more command through which you can remove the files, that is git rm, and the following file has been staged, so you can use cache it. And file git rm will remove the file the from the staging area. If the file is being staged, then you can remove that file using git rm test1 cache it. This will remove the file from staging area. And in order to remove the clear like untracked files, git clean command can be used. So this is all about all the important git commands that are being used in the industry. Now the next thing is, in order to store or in order to upload this local repository to your remote repository, or in order to push these changes to the remote repository, you need to configure your remote repository right here. So if we so the command to check the remote repository is git remote -v, and currently we don't have any remote repository configured for this particular repository, for this particular local repository. And remote repository is the only one way through which we can collaborate with multiple developers, multiple teams. So let me quickly create a remote repository for this particular project. So let me copy this name, stock market analysis, provide this name, description, stock market analysis, add a readme file, and create a repository. Okay. Okay. So the repository is being uh, created, and in order to add this repository, we need to copy this name. And the command to add your repository is git remote add name of repository. So I'll provide origin as the name and the path of the repository. So let's check whether the repository is being whether the remote repository is being properly configured or not. The command is same, git remote -v, and here you can see the remote repository is properly configured. Now let's check the current status of repository. So working directory is clean, and we have, okay, let's check what is there in test. Okay, so we have one test.html which is not required, and what we can do is we can simply remove this file git rm test.html, git status. Okay, so in order to save these changes, okay, let me run command, let me commit these changes. So git commit -am, and final releasing version 1.1 of stock market analysis application. Okay, so if we check the git status now, working tree is clean, we have all files which are required, we have two features that were released earlier. If we check the git tags, so we have 3 tags along with workfix version. And let's push these changes to this remote repository main. So u is upstream, so upstream is this origin, and main is the branch, which is, so this is the main branch of our origin. So this is the main branch of our local repository which will get uploaded to this upstream, and we are getting error, updates were rejected because remote contains work that you do. So let's quickly refresh this page. Okay, so first pull the changes from the remote repository. Okay, and okay, so if you are getting this error, you need to set the upstream for this particular repository, and the command is git branch set upstream. So main branch, and let's try to push the changes now. So let's push these changes to upstream from our main branch. And if you refresh this repository, you can see that the changes from our local repository are being added to this particular remote repository. So this is all about this particular session. If you have any questions or queries, please post it in the comment section and I'll be happy to assist you with all the queries. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel with your colleagues, friends, so that they will also get better idea about what is Git and how efficiently we can use the Git in day-to-day work. So that's all for this particular video, and see you in the next one. In next video, we are going to cover a programming language, one of the programming language. This would be the fourth milestone of this particular roadmap, and we are going to cover Python fundamentals, Python basic data types, and one sample web application that will be developed using Python. So stay tuned to get more updates, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.